Morning. Today I'm going to make some Gyeran Bbang. Okay, for you that don't know that is Korean egg bread. It's like a cake with an egg inside. It's absolutely delicious. It's like a street food. So we're going to try and cook it at home and hopefully take it into the new business on the streets and see if people like it. Quick and easy. It's a nice food. So first of all, we're going to show you what ingredients that we need to cook it. Okay. We need about a cup of milk. Okay, this is going to be for the buttermilk. We're going to make our own. We're going to use some lemon juice. Okay, you can use white wine, white vinegar, which I've got some of, but I'll just show you because you might not be able to get white vinegar. So it's just some lemon juice. We're going to use 2 teaspoons of that. We're going to use some bicarbonates of soda to give it that sort of, you know, rising, make it stick a little bit together nicely, and some baking powder to keep the juices in there to keep it nice and tasty. Going to use about a cup of self-rising flour, okay, and we're going to use some brown sugar to give it a nice sweet sort of taste when you bite into it. Okay, now if you're cooking on the street, mainly in Korea, it's just plain, just with the egg in there, okay. Of course, you've got a little bit of salt mixed with the egg, mixed with the batter, okay? But today we're going to mix it up. I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on there because I like cheese. I love it, okay? So what we're going to do first is we're actually going to start making the actual buttermilk, okay? So I'm going to get the buttermilk. I'm going to pour in about a cup, okay? Then I'm going to get 2 teaspoons of my lemon juice, and as you can see, it's brand new. Health and hygiene, you know. Don't want to use something that's really old, make your relatives sick. Well, I don't know, if you don't want them visiting you again, it's up to you, isn't it? Okay, there's 1 and there's 2. Okay, I just give that a bit of a mix. Okay. Right, now we're just going to put that over to one side because we're going to keep that for later. I want to thicken up a little bit, okay? Now what we're going to make is we are going to start making the batter mix. A little bit like a pancake mix maybe, okay? So it's not too difficult. So first, get the flour. Now you don't have to sieve it in, but I like to sieve it in, you know, because I just bought it, so why not use it, hey? Yeah. So we're getting that in there. There we go, broken up all those lumps. Okay. Then next, we're going to get in some bicarbonate soda or baking soda, okay? And some baking powder as well. Okay, so going to just put ½ teaspoon of that in, like so. Now that will keep it nice and moist, okay, because you don't want it dry. Now the baking powder, a teaspoon of this, that'll make it, help it rise, okay. We're going to put that in there. Okay, now we're going to get some salt, okay, doesn't matter what you use, I'm just using some basic Sainsbury's. Bit of advertising there, you know, knock on my door Sainsbury's, I'll help you out. Okay, so we're just going to put ½ tablespoon of that. Not too much, we don't want it too salty, okay? Right, now we've got that, we're giving it a little bit of some brown sugar. And what I'm going to do with brown sugar is use 2 tablespoons, I like it, nice and sweet, okay? 1 and the other one going in. Okay, that's going to be very sweet indeed. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is give that a little mix around. Now, I'm going to put some melted butter in there. Okay, about 2 tablespoons of melted butter. You can use oil as well, you know, something greasy to balance it out. So I'm just going to get that out of the microwave. I'll be 1 sec. Okay. Okay, now I've got the oil. Okay, it's about 2 tablespoons of oil. Salted butter I use, I like. you know, it helps it balance it together when it's actually cooking, okay? So I'll pour that in there now, okay? Give that a little bit of a whisk around, okay? And now we're going to add the egg. Now I've got a large egg for this, okay? In a minute I'll show you why I use the small eggs, okay? So we're going to crack that open. One large egg, get it in there. Okay. Now, give that all a mix. Okay. Can you see? Getting it all. It's all like a dough at the moment, okay? Now, this is where we're going to add our buttermilk. Okay? So the buttermilk, if you can see, it's actually creamed up a little bit, okay? It's actually got a little bit thicker. Can you see? A little bit lumpier than what your normal milk would use. I use whole fat milk because, you know, it doesn't seem to affect me. But if you're on a diet or, you know, you want to balance out the calories, low fat, semi-skimmed, whatever, you know, it's down to you, okay? So then we're going to add that into that. I'm going to give that a whisk around. Look at that, lovely. Now I should be wearing an apron, but I'm not. Okay, look at that. That is looking lovely. I mean, absolutely lovely. Getting right on there. Okay, make sure it's all mixed in. Give it a, you know, you can use an electric whisk. Try and get all those air bubbles out of there. You know, probably a bit of fun making it with your mum. If you're younger and watching this, you know, at the weekend, get your dad out there, get him in the kitchen. Bob's your uncle, having a great time. Okay, right, that seems to be done. Seems to have a lovely, lovely mixture there. No lumps, it's all done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour that into my jug that I use the milk for. I'll show you why. Just makes it easier. Okay. So that should be enough. I mean, I'm only showing you how to make a few. I'm not going to go crazy at the moment. Okay, now, voila. Now, muffin tray, this is a thick one, okay? A thin one doesn't really rise. It's not too good for you, okay? So, you've already preheated the oven to about 200, a little bit more, depending on your oven, okay? Conventional ovens change. Some people put them all the way at 400 if you're American, but you know, in England we're putting it in about 180, 200 on that borderline. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some butter out, okay, and just mix it into a couple of these. Don't worry, I'll wash my hands, I'm all hygienic. Okay, we're going to balance it in there. And I'm telling you, these are absolutely lovely. If you've ever been to Korea, a lot of Westerners sort of look at the street food and, oh, I wouldn't touch that, you know, but it is, lots of it are really unique and lovely, you know, which you're going to find one day if you ever come and see me on the street, eh? You know, everywhere I go, I don't really see a lot of Korean food. I see Chinese food everywhere. Everywhere Chinese, Cantonese, you know, a lot of Indian takeaways out there. A lot of Thai cafes, you know, some noodle bars out there. You know, depends what country the noodle bar originates from will determine what type of noodles that you're getting from that sort of establishment. But, you know, Korean food, really nice, really delicious. Some people say it's similar to Thai, like satay chicken, which I'll show you another time, but I don't think it's anything like it. It's meat, lots of meat, you know. It's like saying one curry is the same as the other because you're using curry paste or whatever, but I don't think it is. So I've only done 6, okay, because we're going to see how this turns out. So what you do, if I've got enough here, I'm going to pour just, as you see, just half in there, okay. You see, I'm going to fill them up. Just going to do 4 for the moment, see how much room I've got. Just a little bit in the trays, okay. Just to make sure that we got enough. Okay, so now you've got that in your tray. It's just at the bottom, like a pancake mix, just at the bottom of it, okay? and just put away this butter, give us a little bit of space to work with. Okay, now I've got some smaller eggs, okay? You can do two things. You can take out the white if you don't really need that, because it's really the yolk, the yellow colour that's coming through. So if you've got a small one and the yolk's too much, you can either use a jug with a yolk that sort of takes out, or you can do it with your hands. So I'm just going to crack this open. Okay, we've got it there, and I'm going to just put the egg on the top. Now, as you see the first one, if you can have a look, it actually fell to the top. Now, it's spilling on the floor. Not good. Okay, the wife's going to kill me. All right, but anyway, the next egg, I'm going to take out some of the yolk on that, okay? Some of the white, because it just, for what we're doing, it's just too thick, okay? There we go, separate it. And then all I'm left with is just a yolk, and that's what I want. Boom, straight in the top there, much better. Okay, let's get another two going. Okay, there we go. Just get the yolk in the top there. I mean, just thinking about how this is going to turn out, it's just making me so hungry. And you've got to try this at home, okay? Because it is really delicious and simple to make. You know, on the street, it's going to be made quicker, but at home, you're talking about 20 minutes, maybe 25 with your prep, getting it ready. Okay, right. I'm going to pour a little bit of the yolk out of that. Because there's just too much in there for me. Okay. So now, if you see, you can see, hold up, let me get the camera, give me a second. Let me get a towel. Okay, right. Here we go. If you can have a look, you see the yolk's on top. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to pour the rest of the pancake mix on top of that. Okay, I've got the other batter here, which is similar. I say pancake mix, but it isn't really, but it's very similar. Now that goes on top. Make sure that it covers all the egg. Wow, look at this. I mean, wow. And why I said that I'd only make 4 for the moment, because you never know if you're going to have any left over. Okay, let's make that one, because that one had a lot of egg white in there that we didn't need, overflowing. Now I think I've got enough for another one. So if you're doing like a party, now these on the street are really hot, they're great for winter or autumn, because you get the heat in them. But they're just as nice as cakes on their own. You know, you can make them and just have them as a cake. I mean, if you love your eggs, then why not? So if you love, like my kids, there's one in there. I'm going to put that in there. Another, we go in the bottom. So you can actually sell these cold. And let's get an egg. And don't forget, what are we going to do? We're going to get the white out, because it's not the white that we're looking for. It's the yolk. You know, it's really strange. Some people just don't like the yolk. You know, when you make them a fried egg, they only eat the white. But I think an egg isn't an egg unless it's eaten with the yolk. Okay, so let's get this on the top here, because this is one going to show you what it's like when it comes out. Now, this is the part that's totally optional, up to you. Okay, now we've put some salt in there. However, you're going to get a bit of salt, just put them on the top, like seasoning. Now you can put black pepper, red peppers in there, you know, sweet chili. I mean, this is completely up to your own sort of like preferences. So this is just the basics, how to make it and how they make it on the street. But if you want to add some bits and pieces to it, completely go up to yours. Because I'm going to add some cheese. So I'm just going to grate some cheese. Now when you watch videos, they've already grated everything. They've done everything. It's already there. You've got to dish it out, dish it this, and it just goes in. but it doesn't really show you how you be cooking it at home, you know. You haven't got time to buy all the little dishes, everything to measure it, get it right, you know. So this is just playing it by ear. And by the way, this is the first time that I've ever done this. So if it comes out nice, come and see me. If it comes out bad, well, in life, you know, trial by error, isn't it? It's a learning curve for all of us. So now I'm going to get my cheese. Just put the cheese on the top. Wow, look at that. Oh, you can almost imagine how this is going to come out. Wow. Now, in Korea as well, spring onions. Spring onions are used for a lot. And they give that, you know, they can really give you the oniony, nice taste that comes out of there. But like I said, it's up to you what you wanted to do. I could have done a lot of mixtures, showing you how this goes in there, that goes in there. You know, but at the end of the day, it's how you want it to your taste. So I'm just giving you the basics of it. Okay, so I'll give you a little look at that now. Okay, there we go. We got 5 in there. You can't see the egg. Okay, so we're going to cook it for about 15 minutes. Okay. On the street, it's going to be a lot quicker than that because you don't want to be waiting. So there's a machine that they use, fold it in, connects all the batter together, top and the bottom, rolls it round. By the time that they come roll out there, another one for you, they've already had some ready, you know, so they're just getting it back out there anyway. Jumbling around there, isn't it? Okay, told you it's all off the cuff. All right, so here we go. All right, so now I'm going to put these in for about 20 minutes. Okay, so I'll see you guys in about 15 to 20 minutes time, and touch wood, they've all come out nice. All right, I'll speak to you in a sec. Okay, we're back. Now, if you were Gordon Ramsay or any other professional chef, you'd have heard some Photoshop going on like ding and do a clock. I don't have that, so I had to press pause and just wait again. Okay, so now we're going to take them out and hopefully they're going to be done. Don't forget, this is trial by error. First time I've done it. I should have practiced, but I'm not like that. I want to see me cooking it as if you'll be cooking it, okay? So if it comes out the first time, great. If not, try again, just like life, all right? If it doesn't work out the first time, we do it again, all right? Okay, whoa, these are looking lovely, I'm telling you. Wow. Wow. Wow, look at that. Should have used oven gloves, but look at those. Look at those. Don't they look lovely? Hey? Right, let's take one out, okay, and see what they look like. Let's get a plate. We've got the chopping boards, so I'm going to try and put you where you can see me and I can see you, and you can see everything that I'm doing. Okay? I'm hoping that that's okay. Okay, so we've got them here now. Okay, we're just going to go get a little knife, try and cut them around. But if you notice, I put the butter in there originally. So the butter should have stopped it from sticking to the bottom. Now, eventually, I'll be like everyone else on the net, maybe boring, everyone's got it all measured out, everyone's already cut them out, they're on the side, these are what I prepared earlier and all that rubbish. No, it's not how we're doing it. We're real people. We cook as we go, alright? Trial by error. Alright, so just a normal knife. I'm going to cut around. Oh, look at that. Oh. Look at that. Pop right out. Wow, that popped right out. Have you seen? Can you see that? Just like a little muffin, okay? So I'm hoping that we left these in long enough. That's why I'm only taking out one, because if I cut it, it's still a little bit moist, put it in there for another few minutes, okay? So let's have a look. Okay, nice sharp knife. Cutting straight down the middle of it. Wow, wow, look at that. And they do. They need to go back for a couple of seconds. But can you see the egg in there? That is absolutely delicious, absolutely yummy. Okay, so I'm going to pop those back in there for a couple more minutes. Let the moisture stick together a bit and try not to burn the tops too much. All right, I'll see you in 1 minute.